Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Capital. I'm going to check out the north end. And I thought about going to Hamtramck for the music festival. I'm getting too old for all this. Well, en route on I-94, and I made it here to Main Street, Detroit, Woodward Avenue. Parking spot here on Paquette. And I'm getting north end. I'm going to walk around that area there. Just north of the News Center area. Here's some people are working on a Sunday. The V's Villa, or Z's Villa. So Sunday, March 4th. Z's. They have an excellent volleyball court in the back. DET.com. We're going to do a little urban planning, and I find it easier to see the whole picture when you do the walking tour. So park the vehicle here, and we're going to tromp through the north end. And it's artsy kind of an area. I was checking the time, and no, that'd be nice if they could get that to work. So there's some decorative barbed wire here, but look at this. Yeah, look at that. Ain't that cool? Micro precision there. I like that. And not a bad day. It didn't really get too warm, but with the sun out, it can make up for a lot. Here, an attractive building to be sure, but it's boarded up. So what to do? Then across the street, this is fairly new. The Paquette Square. And one of them is like bronzed. Is that like 4 people sitting together? A Southwest Solutions property. So there you have it. But this building, we could do something with this. Look at the nice little awning there. Not many people have been through here lately. Abundant Faith Cathedral, and then some fairly new housing out back. They got a water tower here, and then they do the communications attachments and so forth. But look at this. It's for lease. This is a 3-way stop. This building, 411 for lease. So it's kind of an industrial but a churchy area also, and a historic area. Look at the entrance here. Nicely done. There's always nice touches from back in the day, but coming up on the left, you got to check this out. Ford Paquette Avenue plant. So you go through here and you can park. Now, I don't know. Winter hours. Oh, yeah. They would have been open. So you can park inside there and take a tour. First Ford property. And, well, if anything is anything, you're going to get that Michigan historic marker. Here's Soul Saving Holy Church. My evil twin, yeah. Send him over there. I call my evil twin Donald. So that's what he needs to do. They're on to me. Building here. Well maintained. And so let's read this up here. Historical site. I love these plaques. If you can speed read through here. Well, I'll be. How about that? But yeah, here's the side of the building. Yeah, it harkens back to another time, but certainly historical flavor. So you have to think a little urban planning or neighborhood planning. Um, those are things that attract. Now, this building, maybe not so much. That's the old Fisher Body plant. Truck bodies, I believe. But it's seen better days. It was supposed to be. Oh, and look at these. I don't know if these are dinosaur prints or like a really big bird. Look at that. What is that? And industrial art. Yeah, so what to do? A German guy or whatever, I believe, was supposed to have bought that place and was going to make it a nightclub. But that would be one hell of a nightclub. Fill that place up with party goers. But the waste treatment plant, well, this is, I'm showing here, right here is Hastings Street. This is what, this is the last of Hastings Street. I-75 gobbled up the majority of it, and Paradise Valley. So this was, and it runs like parallel here with I-75. So it starts here at the dead end. I'm watching these guys too. They think they got an eye on me. I'm keeping an eye on them also. I see it. I see where they're at. And then a look at some of the underpass architecture here and how this is all riveted together. That's a piece of handiwork. This is certainly back in the day. And it's got like an artistic look to it also. So I'm going, okay. Haha. 1928. So I don't know, though, if that's the concrete portion. This was built in various stages. But there's several train tracks. So urban planning, if you were thinking of living in the North End, you would have to be aware that trains do come by. That's part of the thing. This, the $15 thing, I believe, this is, if you're familiar with the movie Eminem in 8 Mile, it was a different name. It wasn't News Center stamping. It was New Detroit stamping. But I believe they still make parts there. Then artwork even underground there. A little icicle action. Yeah, X marks the spot. And this is a great little area because the trains kind of crisscross or whatnot in the bridge, and you get a double bridge action under here. Then a piano. So this is like the northern extension of Paradise Valley, Hastings Street, but it kind of ends up when it hits East Grand Boulevard. So Oakland Avenue is the logical extension, but we'll walk up here because a nice mural certainly on the side of the building, and the landmark to always kind of set your bearings is the golden top of the Fisher Building. Different colors, nationalities, I presume. Look at this. Wow, that was like engine action going backwards. I wanted to see a train, though, and I didn't get lucky on this particular afternoon. But here, the Tangent Gallery. And then at the top, HSB, Hastings Street Ballroom. So they have live performances and the like inside. So it's a dual purpose kind of facility. This certainly has added to the artistic presence in the North End neighborhood. They have some sculptures and some murals, and I think they stay pretty active throughout the year. Then on the back of the building, I had a thought there, apparently. Here's some nice glass block. Yeah, and a colorful building down there. I'm going to swing around through the hood and we'll check that building a little bit better, a little closer. Here, chap, this is a happy guy since 1951. Friendly guy. And engine parts, warehouse, crankshaft grinding. Then here's some more glass block, and it's listed on a Century 21 sign. But then a little further down, look at this. Structure is condemned as dangerous and unsafe. So this is where like Hastings Street ends at East Grand Boulevard. But then look across the street. Here's an attractive building. Not sure what the logo stands for, but look, a bike lane. And to get your bearings, there's the golden top of the Fisher Building. So that was looking west. But right at Woodward, it becomes East Grand Boulevard, not the other side's West Grand Boulevard. Kind of a thing. That's how they do it. There's a lot of churches in this neighborhood, too. Point that out. Now, later in the afternoon, there's going to be, here's a studio. You can play basketball again, that decorative wire. And the gas prices. I'm going to go later on. Pizza Slush, I like that one. Detroit Soup has an event. So I'm going to try to get there by 6. But I'm going to check still the North End. I'm heading northerly. And here are all the artists. And they did up the building. And so this is kind of like an artist area. This building was for sale a couple years ago. And it might set up as an artist place. Here's a church. And they speak up. So this is good. It's a crime stopping kind of a thing. Cash rewards. Now this building vacant, but there'll be a lot of that. But then there's just the artwork is good. I like to say art is everywhere. So there's a lot of cool murals throughout this area. Then there's a car in there. And the Verner's dude is a grasshopper. So someone's having fun with this whole deal. But incorporating Motown, the spirit of Detroit. Better, the potato chips. The Autorama was this weekend. North End, that's kind of like the White Castle. And there is a White Castle in the North End. The Morton Salt Lady. Then they had superheroes here. And John Lee Hooker, he played just down the street at the Apex Bar. That's gonna coming up. But that's what a bandit looks like. If you see anybody with a cape and a hat like that, beware. Here's a artist place, reddoordigital.com, if that's their company name. This, the Sugar Hill Lounge, I think is what it was. Oh, that was back in the day. And then this was a garage. It's kind of like a ghost ad, ghost sign. 7615 Oakland, 1 mile. And then taking a peek inside, they have a piano. What is this? Is this like one of those special projects? Yeah, the roof opens up and that thing blasts out of there. Wow, that might be like top secret. Wow, I don't know if you were supposed to see that. Keep it quiet. But nice detail in some of these buildings, but then they're kind of like see-through. This neighborhood certainly has come on hard times. Even the Apex Bar. I knew Marvelous when she was there running the place. And, air conditioned. I always got a kick out of that. So here, 7649, the Apex Bar. This is where John Lee Hooker played. So this harkens back to those, the era of the Paradise Valley Blues kind of thing. This is an attractive building. Nice little curve in the front, the roof line. Got some rooms there up on the top. Nice. Man, they are really watching me. Yeah, maybe I'm just paranoid. Here, I like this. They have the mountains, a big evergreen. And then they have urban trails. And shortest distance between 2 points. Here, but this doesn't look like it's open right now. Look at the brickwork, though. And then Charlie, the pencil man's, I think whatever that means. But again, look at how attractive this Apex Bar is. What a cool building. And it's not open. God, every neighborhood needs a bar. Please. I'm going to have to work on that one. I'll advertise for you guys. But there, I do catch a train way off in the distance. I wanted one that's going to rumble close by. I missed out. My evil twin wanted to do the putt-putt golf. Here, the Metro Times. So they had the Hamtramck Music Festival. This bus is going to the shoe terminal, wherever that is. This auto service place back in the day, and they had gas pumps here. And then this building caught on fire. Then I believe, wow, that might have been like a phone. One of them, wow. But here's the Schwitz. This is advertised in the Metro Times, and they're setting up for an art show. It's a nondescript building, 8295. But it does have some nice details. But there's an entrance there. Okay, here's the art show. They're like a superpower. They take over the Schwitz Art Babes, an intersectional collective made up of 15 Detroit, and you can read faster than I can say it. And it's like a superpower, and then they say amen to that, so even throw a little religion. But the key word here is free, and it's like, why not? And I've been by the Schwitz before, Art Babes, that's their logo. But they're all about money, apparently, because that's what the logo is up there. No, actually, this harkens back to like long time ago, a bathhouse, and it's a Jewish bathhouse. But it was all the rage and all popular, and I think even though it's fallen on hard times, it still maintained itself. So we're going to get a look inside, but they don't open till 5, so they're still setting up. Here you can even do the barbecue. They're set up for that. And then Red Jazz Shoe Shine. So they got the candy cane thing going. So there's an attractive stand of businesses right there. Then they have a piece of artwork around the corner. I didn't notice it, but on my way back, we'll check that out. I have to just walk a little bit further into the north end because that art show starts at 5. So I'm going to swing around and try to get back there to check it out. So here's some of the housing stock in the neighborhood. They have some benches, some nice brickwork. The 2 of spades, that's a rating system. Yeah, there's room for improvement to get to the ace of spades, or at least the king of spades. Here's some artwork on the fence. And across the way, funerals and cremations. And then a building here that like totally open to the elements. So this is like the basement here. Okay, 4:41, 19 minutes to get back to the Spitz. Holbrook is up the way, and if I wanted to go to the music festival, I'd make a right at Holbrook. Hamtramck really is within walking distance from where I'm at now. Look at the nice porches here and the columns. So there's some new housing intermixed in here. These look downright attractive. I live in Dearborn Heights, but it's a cookie cutter type home. These homes certainly, it seems like they're all different, so each has its own character. But some of them need work, to be sure, and some probably need to be torn down. That building, I says, let me take a look at that. And it's a church, or a temple maybe. Jewish temple. I don't think they use church. Synagogue. There we go. Look at the brickwork here. Yeah, so Star of David. Yeah, so that one's kept up. There's churches all through this neighborhood. I'm not sure the official boundaries of the north end, but I'm in the middle of it now. I know that. I don't know how far north it goes. There's some larger apartment buildings, and there's certainly some that have caught on fire. This is a huge building. You gotta wonder how many people live in a building like that. Okay, I made it to Woodward, Main Street, Detroit. That's as far north as I went, Holbrook. Now I'm gonna head south on Woodward, or southeast. Here's another huge church, and yet another church. 8850. The numbers will get lower as I walk south. This is a combined church. This here says for sale. It's on the fence in front of this. It's like, really? This building's for sale? And it says here, Detroit Public Library. Well, I'll be damned. It looks like it's in great shape. Henry M. Utley Branch. But maybe a child daycare, or this place, they store some of their toys. I don't know. Man, you could make a really cool restaurant out of that place, out of an old library, and keep some of the book racks or whatnot. My house shall be called the house of prayer for all people. So everyone's invited, black or white or Mexican or other religions like Muslim or Jewish. I guess everyone is welcome. Okay. Here, Neighborhood Services Organization, they have one in the kind of the downtown area. So I don't know if they have several. And they have a nice mural on the side of their building. Across the street is the Hope Center. Here's an apartment building. Here's like their official banner. North End, Next Detroit. So they have a neighborhood initiative. This one's out of service. That's not good. But down the way, you have a good view of the GM Global headquarters. There's some new housing intermixed. Someone had one of them crazy pieces on their dash. But look at the land. I'm back here on Oakland now. Look at all the land centered around Oakland. You don't even have to tear nothing down. It's available. Down the way is the art show, so people are heading inside. But here I see that. Thinking, what the hell is that? And it looks like art, right? The American Project. Rebuilding this corner through art. An American Riad. I'm not familiar with the term Riad, but here they say what they're up to. Make a public space for gatherings, workshops, gardening, performances. And they're into housing justice. So I think we can all agree this is a good thing. Hello, America. Oh, yeah, so I wanted to see what this is all about. Sharp edges. Darn, I can't climb it. Oh, some people have been here before. I can tell by their tracks. Well done. So we'll take a look at the hood. And out back, they had this contraption, so I'm not sure if they're going to cook pizzas in there or what. They spent some time with that, with some nice brick. Maybe you can make a real coal-fired pizza. And look at, they collect the water. That's excellent, too. So North End, again, that's the neighborhood we're checking out. So in a sense, it's like urban planning, but the first part of urban planning is to kind of understand where you're at and what you got. So you kind of do a visual. Here's their logo, and it was upstairs. So several of the artists had tables, so they were selling things, and then other ones had things exhibited on the walls. Different types of artistry. Looks backwards to me. So art was everywhere, which was kind of neat, and there were other various things, and I guess they had performances and so forth. Here's the ceiling, and I guess this place was just used as storage for years, but the new owner of the Schwitz has opened it up to people to have like shows and stuff like that. So here they are. I think this maybe is the first time they've had it.
Anything that
A
ails
show,
me,
holistics.
You got a potion here?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Oh, I got something for my anxiety. A special potion. Okay, then you go down the purple staircase to the lower level, and this is like where the Schwitz is, the real deal. So they got the checkered tile on the bottom there. They have a restaurant at that one end, but the main thing the Schwitz was known for was the bathhouse. But it doesn't look like the bathhouse at all, like in this picture. I'm not sure what scene that is. They got an old school refrigerator, and they got a seal. And there's a few windows that I think let in some natural light. And then, well, for mature audiences only, yeah. But this, and then I thought this was like a real cat, I thought. But then it's kind of a big cat, but no, it's a stuffed cat that's up there. So this is their locker area, and then they have, I guess, where you can get a haircut or shaved, an old style scale. But then this is the lower level. This is the bathhouse area, and this is virgin territory for me. I've never been to the Schwitz before, so when they said they had this art show, I was thinking, gosh darn, if you could, get two birds with one stone, I'm all over this. So this is the first time I've seen inside here. So this is the, I guess, where you could swim and so forth. No diving allowed, so no pranksters and so forth. But it's not that big of a thing. Now, I don't know if it's pressurized and it's like, like a hot tub type thing. Well, their clock is accurate. Then they have a lounge area over here. I guess there's a few chairs set up. 1930. So that's how far back this harkens to. 20 persons, so that's not all that much. Now they have their own shampoo, body wash. That's kind of neat. They got their own logo and so forth. Then the red light district, so they even have one of those. But everything you've heard about the Schwitz, it's probably true. Then they had an area, they were doing some work on a sauna area there.
Steam room.
And
Steam room.
an old steam
Multiple
house. And the lens was getting all fogged up. But
It is warm in here, though.
Yeah, so can you imagine?
there were a few of us taking a self-guided tour of the place. The young ladies there also were interested. They had never been. So it's like there's some history and so forth behind this place. And it's kind of interesting enough that, you almost feel like you have to see it for yourself. So I was having a kick, tromping through the place. Here they have like the soap thing, but look they got their own mouthwash, lavender mint lotion, and shave cream, and hand soap. So pretty much any kind of lotion potion you want, they have it. Here's some pictures back in the day. The ladies might get all excited about seeing those in-fit guys from back then, in shape. Shitty. Oh, I said that wrong. That's City Schwitzers. Ooh, that was a tongue twister. I should have left that one alone. Then look at this. It's a restaurant. Now, I didn't get the name. 10-ounce prime ribeye. And they have a ginger beer float. That would be worthy of a taste test. Then they have Pop, Red Bull, and Gatorade.
Okay.
So I'm
Is-
doing Cuban sandwiches.
Oh, out of
So it's
there.
in my hand. You know,
Okay.
good. So yeah.
Yeah, out of that roast, he was making the Cuban sandwiches. But they have like hours from 4 to like 9:30 or something like that. Should have gotten their business card. Here's the boss man. He's got the umbrella here by the door. I'm not sure what all that's about, but they have neat things set up in front of the windows. I like those glass, and you get a little color. Here's like a prayer. So there you have it. That's cool. No, this is the first time I've ever been. I was impressed. I like it. And the young owners, they're new. So, and maybe this is his car here, an old Cadillac. And here, I wonder if that number works. Established 1930, so this is the real deal. Yeah. Well, 6 o'clock is Detroit Soup. The proposals start at 6, so I knew I had to split my time between the Schwitz and Detroit Soup. So I'm going to have to run down. Well, I'm not going to be running, but I'll leisurely take my walk. But I'll take these little shortcuts wherever possible. Some outdoor artwork, and again, the Apex Bar. So I'm going to have to start inquiring about this place. Had the first annual Paradise Valley Blues Festival over here. God, that was 15, 18 years ago, something like that. Oh. Custer. What a great street name. And the Mounted Police, when they were in Detroit, were on Custer Street. Hey, look at the brickwork up here. And there's several examples of this masonry work done throughout the city, the alternating colors. But stay out. There's high voltage. People sometimes think they're going to take some of that copper wire out of there, but no, that's powered up. You're not getting away with that alive. So anyways, another attractive building next door to it, and then you can always get your bearings. Then, well, nearby, I'm sure the locals know of this place for that soul deep flavor. And they were doing a little cooking there. And Horton, I don't know, did they name that after Willie Horton? They could have. If not, we'll unofficially say, yeah, that's Willie Horton Street. He was one of my favorite Tigers. I was born in 1960, so I was the ripe old age of 8 when they won in 1968. So, yeah, I was in all my glory there, loving that. Well, people here that are fans kind of like of Detroit, Tom Selleck, Eddie Murphy's not from Detroit, but he did the movie there, and then RoboCop based in Detroit. Yeah, the Beverly Hills Cop. So I don't know if they even shot any scenes in Detroit at all. So they got a Nipple Works place across the way. They even get artsy. And Shady Records, going to try and catch that. But I'm kind of in a hurry to get to this Jam Handy building because the soup presentations, and they were supposed to start at 6. So I was wondering how many of these presentations I might have missed. But here's the outside of this building, an attractive building unto itself. Okay, but this is the first presenter.
Told that and different things of that nature. We had a full dinner and we had like my daughter especially had a lot of different challenges with my granddaughter because of her social needs. She's sensitive to the sun, she's sensitive to water, she has sensory issues. She may be perfect when she gets out of the car at the store, but then she goes from 0 to 100. So the parents and the children need outlets and activities and different things. We did for last year, some of the activities that we went on, as I said, we had a
Oh, this is the soup table and everything that people will be digging into later, but they got to hear all the presentations before they get the green light. But things were still like simmering and whatnot, and but there you pretty much have it. It's like this one is like a main one. It was $10, but you get to vote, see the presentations, there's entertainment, and then you get to partake and break bread with everyone with the soup and the like. So there were the vendors, there was an artist performance, and there's 4 presentations. So we're in the question and answer for kids like me. This was the first presenter, so I missed a portion of her presentation, but you can speed read.
So I do a lot of newsletters, a lot of paper and different things of that nature. I'm on a lot of different resources like Teachers Make Teachers and different things of that nature. So it's a lot of different things that the funds can be used for. All us together. We have our T-shirts and our logos and things on, so everyone.
Yeah, and they sell beers, so I supported the one of the local dudes there. Interesting. I always like when you have to look at the label like that, figure out what you got.
It expands, or it may be lesser or whatnot. We do have 192 followers on Facebook, and it's continuously growing.
Before I utter a word about what it is I do or get into any self-aggrandizement about myself and my work or whatsoever.
Okay, Artist Heaven. This is the second presenter. So there's the project summary. You'd have to speed read through a lot of this.
But the reason why I bring up the process is because when I initially began to apply, I wasn't ready. And the program wasn't strong. But seeing that they finally pulled me, I was in shock. Like, oh, they pulled me. Well, we would show someone that is into the visual arts, the geometry that goes into the visual arts. For someone that is maybe poetically inclined or that's into hip-hop, we would show them the language arts that goes into hip-hop. A rapper would say he has a bard. A bard is just a stance. They both have the same parts to them, nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, which is in correlation to a regular sentence in the form of language arts. So all vulgarity aside, rap is actually a form of poetry, which is actually a subject, a branch of language arts. We're showing someone that is into maybe acting, psychology. And sometimes we can look at the Gothic side of Detroit and say, oh, Detroit's lost their city, it's going to crap or whatever. No, everybody starts out with a dream. And oftentimes they get mislabeled because artists learn differently. Any artists in the house? Any artists? Anybody? Okay, so, and those are just the people that chose to raise their hand. I assure you that another 1/3 of the room does some type of artistry, pottery, drawing, something at home. Something at home. And I say that to say that artists get mislabeled. Why? You're a visual artist, right? If I was sitting here and talking to you, that does nothing for you. You have to see it, right? But if you were to take a standardized test when the information is given to you through audio, you bomb. You get mislabeled, it affects your confidence, right? Okay, thank you. We started the workshop with homework, and then the arts and the young people's choice. And also, if you are my contact person at a certain location, I will go about saying, well, what is it that you want to do? I really want to do painting. Okay, well, we can encompass some painting into what we're doing. So we make sure that everyone involved, the young person, one of the collaborators, their vision and what they want is being carried out.
If you get the money, what do you use it for?
A company vehicle.
Comic book conventions or historical libraries or U of M students, and have you reached out to different established organizations like myself or even U of M or anything like that? Because I know they
College of Creative Studies, things of that sort of stuff. We've let our strong turn as far as providing quality programming. So, yeah. Thank you.
Hey everyone. Good evening. I just want to piggyback off what the previous presenter said. Church Soup is amazing.
Here is the third presenter.
For this opportunity, thank you, Cassie. And I guess we'll start. Studies. I would look to my left and I would look to my right, look around the room, and I realized that I'm and I'm tired of it. So naturally, being from the millennial generation, I took my frustrations straight to social media. Let's talk about it. Let's start the conversation. And I found that regardless of the profession or social status, I was not alone. In America's largest 500 companies, women hold less than 5% of CEO positions. Here at home, Crain's Detroit Business reported 46 leading women-owned businesses, and less than 15 were owned by African-American women. Ladies, we have to be better, not just for ourselves, but for the young women that look up to and depend on us too. Print Professionals LLC provides real-world business at current high schools, word of mouth on the street, and of course, their kids on social media. Our most important partners are their parents, the community organizations that they belong to, and high school administrators who not only believe in this program, but they have the access to the youth that we need to reach out to. We're wrapping up our Winter 18 promotion and pricing for-profit publicity. Thank you. Is there a follow-up question? Oh, okay. Hi. In other counties. Yes. Oh, 4, I'm sorry. Is that 4? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, they have a question and
I'm sorry.
answer session, and I think they have a 4-minute presentation, and then they can take 4 questions. But the back and forth, I don't have good audio quality at all on that, unfortunately. So, but anyways, you should check one of these events out, DetroitSoup.com. This is the 4th presenter.
Alive in Detroit. Now, to start off, let's do a quick poll. Raise your hand if you've ever had to worry about your own health or the health of somebody you love. Just get a quick show. Almost basically everybody, right? Healthcare for a lot of people isn't just a political issue, it's an everyday reality. In 2014, my mother was admitted to an emergency room with chest pains. She had angina, which is the precursor to a heart attack. She was uninsured when she found out she needed immediate triple bypass surgery, which is an operation that can cost tens of thousands of dollars, if not higher. We thought we would be devastated financially as a family, but she needed the operation, so she got it. She went into recovery, and then one day the bill came due. And there's one line I'll never forget from that bill. It says she was eligible for a 100% discount, which I had never heard 100% discounts before. I was fascinated by the idea that there's this world out there in churches and free clinics and charitable hospitals that are taking care of people that have fallen through the cracks that our system can't support. My mom was put in a situation that too many people in this country face, to choose between a life of death or her life. Here in Detroit, this grassroots network of healthcare providers is stronger than I've seen it anywhere else. The city has a lot of health issues. We have higher than average rates of asthma, cancer, heart disease, viral infections. We have too few doctors and no public hospital. Alive Detroit is about the providers that are on the ground today taking care of people who can't get help elsewhere. It follows the stories of medical student volunteers who go out into the streets and take care of people who are living on the streets, and then grow up to become doctors that want to change the system. It tells the story of HIV activists who were told they had months to live, but decided to fight back and form a support network that spans the city from churches to prisons. And it tells the story of a teenage expectant mother up on 8 Mile who's never been to a doctor before, but walked into her neighborhood clinic because she was worried about her unborn child. This film will ask the question, how do we decide who is worthy of being saved? I want this film to change the healthcare debate in this country, so the first question you get isn't what insurance you have, it's where does it hurt? I want to change the conversation around Detroit so that this city, which is too often cast as either in demise or in revival, I want to show it as the city I know, which is a city that's been fighting all along. And at the end of the day, I want to draw attention to these providers that are out there. One of my first days I was shooting in a clinic, I was working with this doctor, and a patient came in with extremely advanced heart disease. And he asked, how long have y'all been here? And the doctor said, 2 decades. He was like, wow, I've lived down the street my whole life, and I had no idea this was here. Where you get free heart medication, free treatments, and free checkups. It's shocking. Thanks. Yes, that's the most important thing. So if you go online to alivedetroit.org, I actually have my first teaser trailer just launched, Miracle City. It stars the group Street Medicine and the Tsunami Center, a homeless shelter off MLK and 3rd, under the Neighborhood Service Order, $40,000 to complete production. About 20 of it is going to come from great organizations and the rest from private investors and crowdfunding. So this funding I'll give tonight will help me, like I said, create the initial work that kind of shows my vision and makes people buy into the film. Oh, absolutely. This whole film is about the political aspect of healthcare. If you want to pull me aside there, I can get really into the gnarly details with you. But basically, I first heard about this world of charity care long before my mother had her issues.
A huge round of applause for all of us. So, for those who don't know, the way that you can submit an idea to present at Detroit Zoo is by going to our website, detroitzoo.com/submit. Any ideas are welcome. It can be business, for-profit, non-profit, art project, school field trip, anything as long as it's adding some value within Detroit. And these are rolling submissions. So important to note that all of those 4 incredible presentations that you just heard, they didn't have time to practice those. They found out that they were going to be presenting today on Thursday and got that together. So really impressive. Make sure that you get to meet the presenters as we're eating and get to learn more about this project. So up next, do we have Andrew and the Street Medicine Detroit team here? All right, so now you get to hear from a past winner about how the wedding at Zoop has benefited and what Street Medicine Detroit has been up to.
Ramakasi and that is Sway, who's walking around. We're both students at Wayne State University School of Medicine, and we are representing Street Medicine Detroit, which coincidentally is actually one of the organizations that Shiraz is featuring on Live in Detroit. But if you're unfamiliar with it, it's an organization based out of the Wayne State University School of Medicine, and what we do is, our goal and our mission really is to reach out to Detroit's unreached and most service-resistant populations. And we do this by going on, grouping up into small groups or volunteer groups, and we go out on regular outreaches that we call street runs, and we go directly where people are at. That would be in homeless shelters, in warming centers, or even directly on the streets.
Hi, I'm Sway. You're on some photo books earlier. Hopefully we can all meet that. So, like Andrew was saying, we've been here in the past. In 2016, we presented to Citywide Soup, and we were lucky enough to get your guys' help. We wanted to
It is tradition of Detroit Soup that we invite anyone who brought a dish or anyone who is vending today, if they would like 60 seconds to make a timed announcement. They'll be standing next to you with a timer.
Saturday at 11 a.m. It is a march to prevent gun violence. It's being organized by local high school students, and I really hope that you all can make it. I wanted to say that every year in America, there's about 114,000 times. Okay, never mind. Good talk.
And the three of us all brought food, so we can just kind of keep passing it down. We are hosting a gubernatorial debate at Bloomfield Hills High School on March 11th, and we encourage you all to attend. We're going to be having 3 of the candidates, Shri Tanadar, Abdul Al-Sayed.
Shooting a month from the day of the walkout in Florida. So we're raising awareness for gun violence issues, trying to communicate with politicians and students on the importance of time.
All right, round 3. Okay.
All the money, or all the proceeds are going to. Okay. All the proceeds will be going to.
Some of the projects that Zach and Brady mentioned,
I'm Chef Fee. I offer disruptive food service. Today we brought you vegan and vegetarian desserts over there. In the back we have gumbo with all three meats, shrimp, chicken, and sausage, and a vegan gumbo that's also fantastic, a cheese tray, and I'm also a past soup winner, and we're on Kiva, support us, Sisters on Roll. Thank you.
Your third camp. I am employing women in my community.
Eat, you're trying to vote, you're trying to pick up a ticket so you can get Pistons tickets. We're going to gather together around
Is it soup yet? Well, yes, indeed it is. And the line has queued up. Oh, I wanted to vote. They were all good. I voted for Alive in Detroit. And then here's the ballot box. So your entry fee guarantees you one vote. There's the line queued up for the soup. I have about a 1 hour intermission. I think that's when the entertainment took place. I wanted to go back and pick up my car, so I'm going to smile here. But here's an artist gallery. I had to go back to the car because I'm going to run out of tape here shortly. And to round out the hour, I'm going to have to use about 3 minutes on another tape. We're all proud to be American. And then this is the backside of the station here for the veterans. There's the Donald, the commander-in-chief. Lordy, lordy. Okay, Bucharest. And so there were quite a few people working this particular evening, Sunday evening. Another look. So nice, they named it twice. Yeah, the golden top is up. Here's Z's Villa. And if you press the button, the license plate. So DET.com is the website. Did the little urban planning today. Because I think the first step is talking about it. You got to go out, visually see it, and then formulate some ideas. Okay, well, that's that. Okay, stop. I got to switch tapes. That's what I need to do. Okay, one tape is out. Second one is in. Boy, I'm only going to get like 2 minutes out of this. Okay. Press play. Folks, though, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great week or weekend, whatever the case may be. Oh, crap. What happened there? Oh, well, that's going to be that because I got an error code on the camcorder, so we won't even see that. Something went haywire with the camcorder. It's all right. I can buy these things on eBay. So it's old school. It's a 2001 model. But, folks, take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Good night.